via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad, and you are welcome to from wherever you are connecting. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. What does an awakened one mean by dreaming? You think that you dream only when you are sleeping. You do not know anything about daydreaming. You are listening to me now, hearing me now, not listening. There is a difference between hearing and listening. You are hearing me. Simultaneously, a dream is there, and that dream is constantly interpreting what is being said. You are not hearing me, you are hearing yourself, because simultaneously, as the word emerges, you are interpreting simultaneously. You are thinking about what is being said. Certain things that I say conform with your understanding. If you have a Hindu understanding, it may agree, so you will like that. If it coincides with your Islamic or Sufi understanding, you will accept it. But in that case, a person follower of Nanak will not accept it. It will not please him. You are thinking about what is being said. What is the need to think when you are hearing? Just hear. And when you are hearing without any dream, it becomes listening. And when you listen, transformation can happen. Just hear, do not think, because if you think, you cannot hear. And if you go on thinking and hearing simultaneously, then whatsoever you are hearing is your own noise. That is why a number of times when I post something or say something, it is a device also to know a particular person. He will immediately quote, depending on his lineage, his liking, he will post something from Sufi sayings or that of Islam or Hindu or Nanak or something. That is how. So what are you hearing? You are hearing your own noise. Then it is not what is being said. Stop thinking. Let the passage of hearing be clear of any thought process. Then it becomes listening. Then that which is said is heard. That is why there is a simple prayer in one of the Upanishads, Bhatram Karnebhi Shrunuyam Devaha. May I hear, that is to be heard. May I see, that is to be seen now. Seeing is another problem. You are looking at the rose flower. The dream comes in. You do not allow your eyes to be filled with thoughts and dream about the past and future. Immediately, if you see a beautiful flower, or you see sunrise, or the beach scene, immediately you will take out your phone and take a picture. So that scene, that flower has disappeared, and now you have to post it on the Facebook, on your social media, to share it with the people. And then after sharing it, a little while after, you will look at it, how many people liked it. And those who are liking it, they are not seeing that either. They simply like, post, click the like button. So sometimes in doing that, there are like, love, and some other icons. So you just unconsciously click the icon. Sometimes a strange icon is clicked. You start thinking that this flower is looking good and I must send it to someone. The past and future comes with what you know about flowers. Don't say that this flower is beautiful. Immediately we say beautiful. I have given you the example of Lao Tse. Lao Tse used to go for a morning walk and he will return after the sunrise. So one day his neighbor said that he would like to accompany. First, Lao Tse refused, but then when the neighbor continued to insist, he said, okay. But you remember, you do not have to talk. So he was going, and probably that neighbor has never seen sunrise. So as soon as the sun was rising, appearing to be rising, he said, beautiful sunrise. Because he cannot keep quiet out of his habit. Lao Tse did not say anything, and when he returned home, he told the man, you talk too much, you are not coming with me from tomorrow. This is what is very important. I have seen people engage in useless talks. They are going to the shrine to visit the shrine of a sheikh or master, or they are going to the temple. So you have to be ready to receive. When you are going somewhere, you are listening to this live streaming. So before you start, you check your systems. If the internet is coming on, like for me, what is very important, I have to check this sound system, because there are 3 screens open simultaneously. The live streaming is via Facebook, YouTube, and Skype. So one of the device, the iPhone, connects to the Facebook. So it should be connected to the speaker rather than external speaker, then it will capture the noise as well. Then the iPad is connected to YouTube. So that too I have to make sure that there is a proper connection, otherwise the sound system becomes difficult or distorted. Then coming to the laptop, which connects to Skype. So all these things have to be worked out simultaneously before the program begins, because a proper sound has to reach to you. Earlier on there used to be problems because some of the sounds were coming using the external microphone, and then the internal, some will use the internal microphone. So that was corrected through the efforts of someone. When you are looking at the flower, do not let the thoughts come. When you are looking at the sunrise or early morning when the sun is setting and its light is falling, the sky is red and its light is falling on the surface of the ocean or water. So absorb into it, be it. These words will become a barrier. You say, this flower is beautiful, sunrise is beautiful, or sun is rising. I can also see that sun is rising. So you don't need to tell me. I am there walking with you. I am looking at the flower. You don't need to tell me that this flower is beautiful. The reality is interpreted through the words. The flower is a reality, the rising of the sun, its rays of the setting sun falling on the surface of the ocean. The sky is red. The surface of the water where the light falls is also colored. So look directly, hear directly, touch directly. When you touch someone, do not say that the skin feels very soft and smooth. Then you are missing. You have moved into the dream state. Whatsoever the skin is, it is here now. Touch it and allow the skin itself to be revealed to you. Look at the beautiful face. Look at it and allow the face to enter itself in you, not through the words. How does a beautiful face or flower enters you? Through your own words. The flower is beautiful. Then you hear it. You have not allowed the flower, the reality to enter you directly. Do not bring your past minds. When you say the flower is beautiful, it is a past interpretation. The first thing, dreams are created by your past mind. You have the experience of looking at seeing the flowers or sunrise or the clouds in the sky floating, or you see the face or you touch the skin of a person. So past experiences surface. It is the past mind continuously moving around you. Do not allow the past to come in, and then do not allow the future to come in either. The moment you see a beautiful flower, a beautiful body, immediately desire arises. You want to possess it. You see a beautiful flower, you want to pick it up, you want to take its picture, because if you pick up the flower, within a couple hours it will fade away. So you want to capture its beauty into a dream state, a photograph. And that photograph you can post it, share it on social media to all the people that you know. The flower is here, but you have moved into the desire, into the future of sharing. You are not now here. So either you are in the past, which is not, or you are in the future. So you try to send, but you realize that where you are, there is no Wi-Fi and there is no data on your phone, so you cannot. So you trying to move into the future, so you will think that as soon as I reach home, I will post it or send it to the people that I know, and we will tag the people. So when a post is posted, you tag it to the people. The fact is, Lucky thing I do not know how to tag it. And I am not interested in tagging it either. If someone is interested in, he will find somehow or the other and connect to read the post. But you make it available. Talk is live streaming. It is recorded so that anybody who wants to hear it, listen to it afterwards, can do it. And then you face reality. If there are no barriers, no thought, no future, no past, then you are facing the reality directly. Immediately you are face to face. Words destroy everything because they change the very meaning of the beauty or whatsoever it is. There is a biography of a person. She was describing one day in the biography after just coming out of the bed. The woman writes, "One day in the morning, I opened my eyes." It's a beautiful description. One day in the morning, I opened my eyes. Then immediately she says, "But it is not right to say that I opened my eyes. I did not do anything. The eyes opened by themselves." She changes the sentence and writes, "No, it is not good to say that I opened my eyes. I did not do anything. There is no effort on my part. It was not an action at all." Then she writes, "The eyes opened by themselves." But then she feels that this too is absurd because the eyes belong to her. So how can they open by themselves? So what to do? Language never says what it is. You say, "I open my eyes," it is lie. You say, "Eyes opened by themselves," it is a lie again. Because eyes are just a fragment. They cannot open by themselves. If a person is dead, eyes will not open. There has to be aliveness. The whole organism is involved. And whatsoever we say is like that. If you go to Aboriginal societies in India, there are many such tribes. They have a different language structure. Their language structure is more basic and more real, but they cannot create any poetry. Their language structure cannot be helpful for dreaming. If it is raining, they will say it is raining. They ask, "What do you mean by it? What do you mean by it?" They have simply the word rain. What do you mean by it? What is raining? It is raining. What is raining? They just say rain. Rain is the reality, but we go on adding things. And the more words are added, you can say it is raining white rain or anything else. the more we are lost, far away, thrown from the reality. Buddha used to say, when you say a man is walking, what do you mean? Where is the man? Only walking is. What do you mean by the man? When we say man is walking, it appears there is something like a man and something like walking. There are two things. There is a man, he is doing an action, and that action is walking. Two things added together, Buddha would say there is walking. When you say the river is flowing, what do you mean? There is just flowing. There is just flowing, and that flowing is the river. River is not a stationary object or anything. The river is a process of rivering, flowing. The flow is the river. If the flow stops, will it be called a river? If the river, you are standing in front of the river and suddenly it stops flowing, what it will call? You will call it a pond, a pool. Pool is not flowing, river is flowing, a stream is flowing. So it is, what is important? It is flowing. There is flowing. There is just flowing, and that flowing is the river. Or whatsoever be the name, the walking is the man, the seeing is the man, standing and sitting is the man. If you eliminate all these, walking, sitting, standing, thinking, dreaming, will there be a man left behind? There will be no man behind. Because walking is important. The language creates a different kind of a world, and by constantly moving into the words, we are moving away from the reality. So the first thing to remember is how not to allow the words unnecessarily. Yes, there are times when you have to use the words for utility purpose, but deep down you know it. The words are unnecessary. When there is a need, you can use them. But then when there is no need, empty, remain non-verbal, silent. Remain silent. Sun is rising, imbibe the beauty of it. The flower is in front of you, be the flower. If you can be the flower, means you start flowering, you start blossoming. Then a change may happen. Because there is no need for anything. You don't need to speak, you don't need to talk or anything. There is no need to be constantly verbalizing anything. That does not matter what it is, anything. So remember how not to allow the words unnecessarily. Secondly, do not project. Do not verbalize and do not project. Look at what is there. Don't add anything and then look. So you say it is beautiful. So you have added the word beauty to it. You are putting something into it, or you say it is ugly. You are again adding something to it. A face is a face. Beauty or ugliness are your interpretations. It has nothing to do with face. Sometimes a particular face may not be beautiful to you according to your own understanding, but it is beautiful to someone else. So do not interpret, see things as they are. They are not there because the same face will be beautiful to someone else and ugly to someone else. And to a third, it may be neither. He may remain indifferent. He may not even look at it. At the same face, the face is simply a face. Interpretations are your own, so do not project, do not go into the past, do not go into the future. Your projections, either into the past or into the future, are dreams. And if you project, then you miss. And this is what is happening with us every day. You see a beautiful face, a desire is created. Desire is not for the face or that body. It is for your own interpretation, your own projection. The person that is there is real. And so the person becomes the screen, the face becomes the screen. Now you project yourself onto the screen. You are projecting yourself, and then delusion is bound to be there because the real face cannot be forced into a state of unreality by your own projection. Sooner or later the projection will be stopped, or you will have to be stopped, and the real face will come out. Then you will feel that you have been cheated. This is what happens with everyone. When you meet your spouse for the first time, there is a face, it becomes the screen, you project yourself, and the beautiful face becomes your own projection. Sooner or later that projection will have to be dropped, and then the real face comes out, and then you will feel that you are cheated. And this is what happens with everyone in our life. With everyone. You will say, what happened to this face? This face was so beautiful, and this person was so beautiful. Now everything has gone ugly. Again you are interpreting. Nothing has changed. Your projections have changed. The person remains somehow whatsoever he is. With the passage of time, the hair turns grey, there are wrinkles on the face. So the person remains whatsoever he is, but your interpretations and projections go on, and you are never allowing the energy to assert itself. The person is energy. You go on suppressing it. You are suppressing inwardly and outwardly as well. You never allow the reality to assert itself. I have heard, reminded one day, a neighbor asked Mullah Nasruddin where he would have his horse for few hours. Whether he would have his horse for few hours. So neighbor asks, Mullah Nasruddin whether he would like to have, if he could have his horse for a few hours. Mullah said, I would gladly give my house to you, but my wife has gone with the horse and they will be out for whole day. Just this moment, the neigh of the horse was heard. The sound was heard from the stable. So the man looked at Mullah Nasruddin. Mullah Nasruddin said, okay, whom do you believe, me or the horse? And the horse is a notorious liar to boot. Whom do you believe? I repeat this again. I am reminded that one day a neighbor asked Mullah Nasruddin whether he could have his horse for a few hours. Mullah responded, I would gladly give my house to you, but my wife has gone with the horse and they will be out for whole day. Just as Mullah was saying this, the very moment the neigh of the horse was heard, the sound from the stable. So the man looked at Mullah Nasruddin. He didn't say anything. Mullah said, okay, whom do you believe, me or the horse? And horse is a notorious liar to boot. Whom do you believe? This is the situation with each one of us. We create an untrue world around us because of our projections. But if the reality asserts itself and the horse neighs, from the stable we ask, whom do you believe? We always believe ourselves, not the reality that goes on asserting itself. The reality is asserting itself, but we believe our own projections. It is asserting every moment, but we go on forcing our illusions. That is why every man feels disillusioned in the life, in the end. It is because of the reality. The reality is, with the passage of time, the hair turns grey. So what it is said sometimes, your hair is turning grey because of your bad habits, or some other reason, some other excuse is given for that. We are not accepting the reality as it is. But we go on forcing our illusions. That is why every man feels disillusions in the end. It is not because of the reality. Every man and every woman feels disillusions in the end, but as if whole life has been a waste. So now you cannot do anything. You cannot undo it. Time is no more with you. Time has flowed on and death is near and you are disillusioned. And now the opportunity is lost. Why does everyone feels disillusioned? Not only those who are unsuccessful in life, but even those who are successful in life as well. They both feel the same way. It is okay if disillusioned, if unsuccessful people feel disillusioned, But even those who have succeeded in life in their way, they also feel disillusion. Napoleon, Hitler, Alexander's, they also felt disillusioned. The whole life has been a waste. Why? Is the cause really in reality, or the cause is in the dreams which you are projecting? Then you could not project them and reality asserts itself. The flower has withered away and you cannot project your reality on it, that once it was beautiful. So the reality is asserting itself. Every moment reality asserts itself. And ultimately the reality wins and you are defeated. You can win only if you are not projecting. But everyone does. So remember the second thing. Look directly at things as they are. Do not project. Do not move to the past or to the future. Do not interpret. Do not force your mind upon things. Allow the reality to assert itself with whatsoever it is. This is always good. And howsoever beautiful your dreams may be, the dreams that you are creating, they are always bad. Because you are bound with the dreams on the journey of delusion. And sooner or later you will be disillusioned. And delusioned, the better. But once one illusion is gone, immediately you start creating another one to replace it, and this process continues. There is not a gap. Allow the gap between the two illusions. We will continue this in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.